And we're SpielMill.
Yes, and this is our 2026 Gen Con preview.
Yeah, and we haven't done this kind of thing in a while, but we thought we'd dive right back in.
Yeah, and now we're not going to Gen Con.
Nope.
And boo on Gen Con for stopping their Gen Con online. That's very disappointing. But we are really excited to see the games that are coming out, and it is a great time to dive into what's new and exciting in games.
Yep, here's my Gen Con preview of us at Gen Con. Oh, I'll buy that.
Oh, I'll buy that.
Oh, I'll take that.
Oh, wait, I want that too.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, let's get 3 of those. Yeah, so it's probably a good thing we're not going to Gen Con.
I'd rather go, but it's okay.
So what I did was I looked at the list of games coming out. I guess I can't. And I chose 10 that I was excited about. They're not in any particular order.
You can speak for me. You just might be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I usually do. That's what I did. What did you do?
What'd you do?
I looked at the list of games coming out. Not quite all of them. I did rank them by the hottest games because I did not want to go through 10 pages of games. So I went through the ones that had the highest profile.
Oh. I went through them all.
Yeah, I'm sure you did, but I didn't have time.
I went through them all. I am disabled, and took a long time. It was tiring.
Yeah.
But I did, and I flagged everything I was interested in, which was like 97 games. And then I rated them, and I got it down to 30-something games. And then I went through that a couple more times. And I eventually got it down to 10 games plus some honorable mentions.
Yes. And we also divided the list into 2. So my top 10 or my 10 only has games that are new games, right? And then we did a second section where we're going to talk a little bit about expansions or second editions or next in a series games that are coming out that we're excited about. But I think those are kind of a cheat because we obviously already know we love the base game. And so that's a no-brainer. I would have ended up with, 10 games before I even got to the new ones. So kind of separated those out.
And that's a good idea. I'm just pulling up the list, the Gen Con list, right now, just in case I realize at least one of my honorable mentions, I was like, oh, I remember roughly what that was about, but not too well. So I can reference it as we go.
I got good notes this time, so.
Okay. My notes are very brief.
All right.
So
well,
hopefully not too brief.
Shall we kick it off?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't I go first?
Sure. We're just going to work through. So I just have an alphabetical list of 10 and then a few honorable mentions. Are you going to start from the top? Or how's
sure.
Your list
Mine is not alphabetical.
Okay.
I
Doesn't have to be.
I started by just copying games that I was interested in onto a piece of paper, but then I rearranged them. So it's not alphabetical. It's also not in the order that they were originally. Right. It's just a list.
Okay.
Okay. So the first game on my list is Class of '89. I thought about taking this off because I thought, so I should tell you, it's about assembling a radical high yearbook spread. I don't know, high school yearbook spread. I don't know what that means. Radical, what makes it radical? Oh, I know. I got it. It was the 1980s. It's rad. Assembling a radical high school yearbook spread set in the late 1980s. So I put that on my list, and then I thought about taking it off because I thought, you know what, that's probably just the nostalgia factor. I bet that's not very good. And then I looked at it, and it's from Paverson Games, and they do a bunch of really good games that we really like Distilled.
Wait, which one is this?
Class of '89.
Oh, I never even heard of that.
And it's a 3.0 in complexity. So that means it's going to be a chunky game. So I think it's going to have a mix of nostalgia and game mechanics, and again, it's coming from a reputable game publisher that does a lot of games that we really like. So I think that in the end, what I thought was just a silly nostalgia add to the list ended up being something that I was really interested in and kept on. And that's not actually released yet. It's supposed to be released in Q3 of this year, but there will be a demo at Gen Con, and I wish I was there to demo it. So somebody go demo it and tell me what you think.
My system's not working. like I was trying to switch between the Gen Con preview plus my notes.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I do, it refreshes whatever I switch from.
Oh. Yeah, that's not going to work for you.
So that's not working too well. So I'll just do my best to remember.
Okay.
You know, but I thought I'd be able to add more detail. But that's okay.
All right.
So that was your first game was...
Class of 89.
Class of 89. I missed that one completely.
Might have to get it. This sounds so interesting.
I don't know this publisher at all, but my first game on my list is Biomes of Nilgiris. I believe Nilgiris is a place in India,
Yes.
part of India, and this is like an ecological game where you're doing habitats and species and stuff like that, and that always intrigues me. I'm very interested in that subject matter. I believe it also looked like it was pretty heavy, which I do like a complex
Weight 2.83.
game.
I also have
so
it
it's
on
a
my
midweight
list.
game. So it's a midweight game.
So I thought
And,
if we
I have all those stats, but or I have some stats. I don't have the weight, but yeah. So yeah. So it's a crossover.
Yeah, I think
That's
if
fine.
you,
Crossovers are fine.
Yeah, if you mention one that I have on my list, I'll talk about it so that we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, but
twice.
you got to let me finish first.
I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's
I
okay.
got excited.
I was just about done, but I was just mentioning it because I think it looks really good. Interesting. We don't know too much about these games. We know a little bit from the descriptions, and sometimes I know more. I've played a couple, so anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a crossover. I also flagged it. There's a number of those like biome or habitat building games out right now.
Yeah, that's a big popular thing.
Yeah, which I love that theme.
Yeah,
so like Forest Shuffle or the other biome games. So this one caught my eye. First I thought it was the game Biome that I played online, but it's not. It's a different game.
Yep.
This is on BGA. I just started a game of it.
Of this?
Yes.
Biomes and Nilgiris? Okay.
Yes. But what's
I missed
really
that.
exciting to me about this is that the designers are Indian, and it is about a region in India. And so we just had a conversation recently about trying to find more designers who are women or who are from, underrepresented countries in game design. And I think that this is a great example of that. And it looks really good. So I'm very excited about this. It is available. You can get it on Miniature Market right now. And it is available at booth 351.
And you can play it as a scenario game, or I think it's scenario based or campaign based. But there's also an expansion for it, or not an expansion, but there's a card game version of it. So I don't know which one's on BGA.
Oh, I don't know either. I thought it was the regular,
there's a
but
card
it might be
game
the card
version,
game.
and then there's the full version. So they went really all in on the subject matter, which is neat because if they know a lot about it, they're probably doing some neat things, which I think is good.
It is the full game that's on BGA.
Okay, it looks involved, even though it's only a 283, which is not too complex, but it just sounds involved from reading the description. I guess is where I got my assumptions
Absolutely.
from. My assumptions. There's lots of assumptions in these lists. It just is how it is.
Yeah.
But these are the things that caught our attention.
Absolutely. Okay, so my next game might end up being a crossover, and that is the Game Makers.
I didn't make my list. I think it's on my honorable mention. No, it didn't even make that, but it was in the top. It was so close.
Yeah.
It was tight. There's a lot of interesting looking games.
Yeah.
So that's why it didn't quite make it there.
Well, first of all, I love the sort of like meta. You're making games, right? You're a publisher making games. That tickles me. I enjoy that.
Absolutely.
But I also really kind of like that sort of heavier, it's 2.9 weight, heavier kind of economic type game where you have to build up your capacity and get the right, not ingredients, but pieces to make something, and you're worried about sales and marketing. I really kind of like that. Plus, and this is the selling factor for me, is that it's designed by Ben Rossett, who did Brew Crafters, Between Two Cities, Search for Planet X. All of those games are games we really enjoy.
Yeah, Ben's a good designer.
Yeah, so I think that the
I have something from him on that's going to come up at some point in the video. Something else from him.
Yeah, the combo of theme, weight and mechanisms and designer for me really made this one rise to the top. So, and this is on BGA. It says its release is in July 2026, so I'm unclear whether it'll be available at Gen Con or not. It seems like if it's coming out on time, it should be, but yeah. I'm unclear.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just having trouble with my technology here and all my notes and pulling them up, so bear with me. But my next game is actually, when I first saw the title, I thought, I'm not going to be interested in this because I don't know. I thought it was going to be something silly, but it's actually a game called Gnomeville from Adam's Apple Games. And it's, so I'm pulling up the description because I read it earlier and that's why I was on the list. Are you kidding me? Like I pulled it up, opened the description and it closed. Okay. Bear with me. So anyway, it's basically like you're in an enchanted forest, there's a gnome village, but it was flattened by a troll raid, blah, blah, blah. But this is, you're building the village back up, basically, but you have to make it defensive. And so it's got a tower defense element, but at the same time, it's got bag building, and it's got these, like, they call them match 3 puzzles. I'm not sure exactly what they mean with that, but it's got pressure lock with the bag building, and you're rebuilding the village or whatever and trying to make it fortified, basically. And so it sounds really interesting with a hybrid of different mechanisms that you don't normally see together. So I think that's really interesting.
That sounds good. It looks cute. I saw the artwork on that and was definitely tempted by it.
It definitely was something where I looked at it and I saw the title and I was kind of like, well, I'm not sure about that. There's lots of games about gnomes and a lot of them are not very good, you know, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, so that's all.
It's true. Not a lot of times, but it does happen that somebody picks a cutesy theme and the game just isn't very good, right? They just pick it because it's cutesy, but it doesn't have the weight of the design. Now, that's not true all the time. There are plenty of games that are both cutesy and good game design, but sometimes I do, if I see a cutesy theme, worry about that. Okay, so my next one is Kingdom Crossing. And when I first read the description of this, I kind of misread it. So it's based on, or it's inspired by the problem of the 7 bridges in Königsberg. We have a roll and write that is called 7 Bridges that I love, and I thought it was based on that. It's not. It's just the 7 Bridges that it's based on, not the game. Has nothing to do with it. Yeah. But, so I was like, oh, okay, no, I'm not interested in that. But the more I read about it, the more I actually really am interested in it. Is from Pandasaurus Games, but also, and I think the original publisher is Sorry We Are French, who did Iki.
Okay.
It's a heavy game. It's 3.2. And basically you've got 4 regions separated by 7 bridges, and you have to figure out how to spend her time evenly without crossing bridges twice or something like that. But it sounds really good. It looks really interesting. It looks like it has some complexity to it, and I'm just really interested. I don't know if it's any good, but I'm really interested in it, especially because of the 7 Bridges tie-in, which is interesting.
Makes sense. Yeah.
This has a release date of August 5th. They are demoing it at Gen Con. It might be available. I'm not sure.
All right. My third game, well, so we broke this up into 2 parts, as you mentioned, like, and the second part's supposed to be like expansions and remakes, but this is kind of an expansion. I'm sorry, a remake. Sort of, but I wanted to talk about it in more detail, and we're doing that in the first part. So this is Holiday Hijinks Pride Edition, and so crossover on your second part though, or is it in the first?
It's
part?
On my second part.
Yeah. So basically, I was just excited about this because the Holiday Hijinks, if you don't know, are 18 card puzzle games, and that Gamers Guild, I believe, does. Anyway, I have it right here, so I can just pull it up. Yeah, Grand Gamers Guild. And so they have each one has a different theme, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Independence Day, Valentine's Day, whatever.
Groundhog's Day was
so. This is one for Pride specifically,
yes.
which makes me very excited because anything that's Pride themed, and especially something I like already, is very exciting to me. So I'm very excited about that. But they also have a new like Friday the 13th kind of one.
They've got 4 coming out.
And what was the other one?
The Friday Fright, the Dreidel Dilemma, and the Mutiny Mystery.
Okay, those are the ones.
Is that Talk Like a Pirate Day?
It must be Talk Like a Pirate Day or something.
They're out of holidays, so.
They're out of holidays. I mean, there's holidays for everything, but you know. So anyway, this is called the Pride Pursuit, and it looks really. I know the holiday hijinks are fun, so this is just like this is a great theme. Thank you for doing it.
Yes, exactly. And I also, it is a crossover. I immediately put that on my list. I actually saw the other holiday hijinks first and put those down. And then I saw Pride and I was like, sold, that's the winner. But I'm very excited about all of these coming out. Like you said, we really enjoy them. 18 card puzzle games. They're very clever.
They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
2 hours tops.
Tops, yeah.
And you can do the whole thing. And so it's a one-time experience. But it's fun, and then you could pass it on to a friend.
Yeah,
so.
and they're holiday themed, obviously, and not very expensive. So I feel like they're
very affordable.
Good deal. Yeah.
Yep. Very good. That's a good activity for an evening.
Yeah.
So yep. And what's your next game?
My next game is, and I feel like I jumped on the bandwagon with this one because it was pretty highly rated, but Container.
Oh, okay, interesting. Because I'll be honest, I saw that and I was like, that looks uninteresting to me.
I was not sure either. And I looked at it because I noticed some things with like 3D games. And so I wanted to see if it was like a stacking game, and it's not. But the more I looked at it, it's like a heavy economic game. It reminds me, I mean, it's 2.86, so it's not that heavy, but it does remind me of the flow of a game like The Gallerist, right? Where you're, or Vinos, right? Which is about wine making, not about wine. So you again are thinking about all the different pieces of getting a product from manufactured to the market. And so it's not just about putting games or containers on ships. It's about the whole process of marketing and distribution. And I think container ships are fascinating. I mean, especially during the pandemic when we were bored and stuck at home, we were sometimes watching our games cross the ocean on ships, which you can still do.
She's making excuses. We did that before the pandemic.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. And I actually at one point worked for a nonprofit that would send container ships full of medical supplies and books overseas. And, you know, I had to source the containers and source the shipping. And it was really fascinating to learn about the world of shipping. It's just really interesting. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting game. It's a little lighter than I would want it to be honest. It's 2.86. I kind of want it to be more like a 3.5. But I think it still looks pretty good to me. And that's from All Play. And this is available again. This is in August 2026. So it may be available at Gen Con and may not. And the line from the description that kind of sold it for me is: the rules for Container are simple. The real challenge is understanding and timing the market. And so that also feels to me like what I do with food rescue, right? It's that like that art of logistics and timing that is really interesting to me. So that's why it caught my attention.
Makes sense. It just didn't look, I mean, thematically, it just does not look appealing to me. And that turned me off.
Yeah, so. I can see it. Yeah, it's weird that I am interested in containers. I also met the guy that designed the gantry crane, or one of the gantry cranes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, so we kind of had to realign a little bit. So if you see us sort of like move further away from the shelves, that's because I kept hitting the shelf with my chair, and it was annoying and probably making noise that was disturbing. So my next choice is an interesting game called Innsmouth Travel Guide. And this was your play. It's about a tour guide in a sort of ghostly town. And so you have to protect your sightseers from the ghosts and stuff. but it's a roll and write where you mark things on a laminated sheet as you go. So it's got sort of things going on that are really interesting. It's got this weird setting, like a weird town that's creepy, and it's got ghosts and stuff. But you're going to look for ancient artifacts. There's hidden tourists, apparently. A shifting threat system, whatever the heck that means. But there's apparently, and you roll chunky 20mm dice. But, I love to chuck dice across the table, and we like our roll and writes. It sounds pretty interesting and unique
really
and pretty fun. So I just thought this was worth mentioning, and yeah, that's my next one.
That sounds amazing.
Innsbruck Travel Guide.
I missed that one, and I think that would have been on my list.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones in here, so.
Yeah, so great. It doesn't matter. I'm glad I missed it.
They closed my window again. All right, you're up next.
Okay, so the next one is a crapshoot. I don't know anything about it. There was one line in the description that made me go, interesting enough that I would like to learn about it. And it stayed on my list that if I were going to Gen Con, this would be a game I would want to go see. And it's called Kokeshi.
Yep, this is the next one on my list as well.
Okay. And was it this isn't your typical engine builder. Kokeshi introduces the innovative twist of track building.
That was interesting. And then it also talked about you craft things. I believe this is...
craft of wooden Kokeshi dolls.
Yeah, but yes, you craft it. The game's about crafting the dolls, but there's a mechanic where you craft.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's, unless I'm confusing my games, which is entirely possible when you've looked at 400, 600 different games in a day.
Craft, build, chain. So I think you do craft.
Yeah, there's a whole, there it is. Yeah, so you activate one of your tracks, blah, blah. You can set off chain reactions, so you got the dopamine thing going on. It's an engine builder, which really excites me. And yeah, there was something about... Maybe I made that up. Maybe I'm thinking of another game. Craft, build, chain, and watch your artistry flourish. I don't know. It sounded really neat, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It does. It sounds good. And
like the track building is interesting.
Yeah, I'm really curious to know what that's about. I love to build things in my games.
It sounds innovative, even if whether they pull it off well or not. It sounds innovative.
Yeah, definitely something that would be interesting to look at. It is available at Gen Con. So yeah, if you are going to Gen Con, check it out. Let us know what it looks like.
Yep.
Please.
So on both of our lists.
In fact, we're going to send you the list, and you have some work to do.
Do you have your next one ready?
I do.
I kind of do, but I made a mistake. I don't know. I've used my iPad and it's just not working well.
Okay, well I can go because I think
that's what I said. You can go.
Oh yeah. Okay. So my next one is Frosted Blooms.
I thought I said that. Anyway, yeah, that was on my
short list.
It just missed the honorable mentions, but we've already played it and I love it.
Yeah, I think the reason why it made my list and why I like it, what's so interesting about it to me is, and we played it on BGA, that it's a polyomino game and you're laying polyominoes. The first time I played it, I did what I often do on BGA. I didn't read the rules. I just was, kind of clicking and figuring out. And you can get gold cards, which will score for like the number of adjacent water spaces that you created that time. And I completely missed the fact that you're supposed to leave holes in your square. It's like totally counterintuitive when you're usually when you're building a when you're laying polyominoes, you don't leave gaps. You don't want them, but in this one you do. And the bigger the bigger the gap that's surrounded, the bigger the piece that goes in it and the more points you get. And so that's just such an interesting twist because you do want those in-game points. If you don't get any in-game points, you're not going to win.
And for those, you don't want the hole because then you can line things up and get more in-game points.
So it's really interesting. You're scoring on two competing mechanisms. You can't do both on the same turn, right? You're going to ruin one to score the other one. And so that's just such an interesting push-pull mechanism there. I really like that that dichotomy. And that is from Bruno Cathala. And it is available at Gen Con from Luma Imports at booth 2841 if you're going. And that's Frosted Blooms.
All right, awesome. My next game on my list is called Papiria. Papiria takes place in Mesopotamia around 1500 BC. It involves like canal building, temple building, sanctuaries and cities and mines. You have a wanderer and a ship. You choose 2 of 3 possible actions on your turn. I'm looking at the notes to remind myself. And then you can produce papyrus, which makes sense. And you kind of, it's a sort of a region building game, city building kind of, producing of goods and stuff like that. It sounds very Euro. It's a long game. It sounds heavy, 90 to 120 minutes. I wonder what the...
there's a rondel. I do love a rondel.
I wonder what the actual weight is. Do you have the open?
Yep, 2.93.
2.93, so it's heavy midweight. So it sounds really good.
It does.
Not too heavy, but you know, it sounds good. It's I like. We got a couple of games like this, but I know some of the early games around Mesopotamia were either war games or just pyramid building games, and this has more going on than that. And there's other games like it, like Tabanusi, which is not Mesopotamia specifically, but same idea. But you know, so. Anyway, it sounded really good to me.
90 to 120 minutes. That is a chunky game.
It's a chunky game, so.
Oh, that looks good. If you can hear noise, it's our dogs.
Yeah, our dogs are going a little crazy.
It's time to wrestle and play, apparently.
Yep.
Okay, so my next game is from Pandasaurus Games. It's a little bit lighter. I picked it on theme. I obviously always want them to be heavier, especially when the theme is really good, but it still sounds really good. That's Hacienda from Daryl Andrews and Wolfgang Kramer. In Hacienda, you are not just managing land, you're restoring ecosystems. Set in the wilds of Argentina, players take on the role of eco-conscious entrepreneurs rewilding the Patagonian steppe. So that sounds really fun. I love that theme. Wolfgang Kramer is a solid designer. Pandasaurus is a great publisher, so it's going to be high quality. So I'm really interested in taking a look at this. Again, love the theme. Super charming artwork, by the way. Just not sure the lightness is going to do it justice to the theme, but I think it's one I would want to check out.
Sorry this is such a distracting video. We're making noise with our chairs. Our dogs are making noise.
Your computer's going crazy.
Your computer's going crazy.
I'm going to just juggle over here.
All things are alike. So it's a little bit chaotic. Sorry about that. But that sounds interesting. So
yeah.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is.
So my next on my list is a game I mentioned in another video, which I think is coming out after this one. But it's called Perennial. And this is about making a lush, diverse, beautiful prairie garden, blah, 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 which all sounds pretty typical of your ecological games, which sounds interesting in and of itself. But it's got this really interesting polyomino thing going on where you draft the polyomino, but then you sort of disassemble it and place it disassembled. It's like, I'm not exactly sure. But I know that the squares are disaggregated, it says, when placed in a play area. And then collected tiles may later be reassembled and placed in your garden reassembled. So so you kind of disassemble and reassemble polyominoes, basically. So it sounds super interesting. Beth Sobel did the art as well, which is, of course, is going to be gorgeous. So... This is very cool sounding.
I had this on my original list and I bumped it off because there's no pictures. It's not due till 2027. Yeah. I wasn't sure, but I missed that disaggregation of the tiles. I might have put that on there.
That sounds interesting.
That sounds really
interesting. So it's probably just being demoed, but check it out.
Yeah.
Report back to us what it looks, how
I would love to hear about that. Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about it.
Absolutely. Okay. So my next one is, so there were a number of 3D games that I saw that I was kind of interested in. And I ended up sort of like putting those off to the side together and picking one of them. I will say honorable mention to Koi, a 3D koi pond building game, looked beautiful. And Cuberia, Architects of the Lost City, was very interesting, three-dimensional building game. But the one that really got my attention was Ringyo. It's from Paverson Games.
Also Paverson, yeah.
Yeah, also Paverson, because then they do, they're doing the Class of '89, they do Distilled, they do, what's the one with the violin on the cover of it?
Luther.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I want to say this Kickstarter just ended. We did not back it, but I think we can late pledge if we want. So
okay, we'll think about it.
Yep, exactly. We'll think about it.
Yep.
We're doing less backing and stuff. So
it's a
The tariffs were the first turn off, but
the what?
The tariffs first.
The tariffs, yeah, exactly.
Cooled us off on that.
Well, it's a 2.7 complexity, and it's a simultaneous worker placement game about sustainable forestry in feudal Japan. Love that. It's set during the Edo period in Japan, much like Iki. It looks beautiful. It looks really interesting. So it is just being demoed. It is not available, which makes sense if the Kickstarter just ended. So I look forward to hearing more about this one.
Yeah, that one looks really good. Next on my list is a game called Prague Unseen. And so this is about Prague, but it's about Prague in the 19th century. But it's about Prague in the 19th century where Prague is occupied by mythical beings. Okay, so it's kind of your typical board game, sort of like, oh, we got to throw golems in, you know. But there are some interesting things going on here besides the theme. So one thing is you're using your unique meeples to calm the river, rebuild the flooded center, and control the city's fate. So that's kind of the theme. But it's a worker placement game. You build your own action spaces, which is interesting. I like when you do that sometimes. A lot of times it's underdeveloped in a game.
Right.
Like Everdale has some of that, I think. And you don't build your own, but you have
put a
your
card
own.
out. You can create a new one.
But this apparently you can do more. And then there's 4 distinct mini games that you can participate in the game. So it sounds really interesting. Like there's kind of some interesting things going on and crossover of different mechanisms. That sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah,
so,
that does sound really good.
Yeah. And that's from Albi, which I'm not familiar with Albi. So
I'm being pawed.
The dogs have just found us. What? Why are you climbing?
He's climbing.
There's Frankie.
Now Miss Marple's trying. Okay.
She can't get up though, not without help.
Okay, here we go. They're going to join us. Okay.
Okay, so they're with us.
Yes.
At least they're not barking in the background.
Okay, so my 10th game is actually in order. This is the game I want most. So I went 10 through 2 in any order, whatever, but this is the number 1 game I want. I really want this game. And it is Horloge, the Prague astronomical clock. I saw this. I talked about it in the video. We've already recorded. We're gonna release
I think this
next.
is in my honorable mention list. I think.
Oh, it looks so good. It's
it
a
looks very
3.65 weight from De Vere, and it is about the running of the Prague astronomical clock, or I guess the building of it. It has a rondelle. It has gears that move each other, sort of like a what's the tea game? The original tea game.
Oh, not Tolkien.
Tolkien is close though.
It is close. You all know the game we're talking about.
I can't think of the name. Like that, it has gears that are that move each other, right? Which is super interesting. I saw this demoed at a local, friendly local game store. It looks so good. It reminds me of a Lacerda. And I was chatting with the gentleman at the store, and he was in fact saying it has a lot of that complexity of a Lacerda, that feel to it with lots of things going on. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I really, really want it. It has I actually copied the mechanisms because it's got action retrieval, endgame bonuses, rondelle, set collection, tech trees, worker placement. Like, ooh, I love that cornucopia of mechanisms in a game. That's so much fun. So I think this is going to be the type of game that is exactly right up our alley. And that is why it is not only on my list, but it is the #1 game on my list.
Okay. All right. My next game, I actually have a couple more left because I don't know, the way that went with crossovers was interesting, but is Roz, A Dance of Love. First of all, I'm entranced with themes that haven't been covered a lot, and this is about a type of dance, a type of folk dance from the Gujarat state in India, and I apologize to all my Indian friends who are going to be like, you pronounced that way wrong. So I apologize, but you recruit dancers, which are represented by colorful dice, where each color and pip shows off their state and style and rhythm. You collect stunning dresses, give your dancers dandiya sticks, and match the style of the song to create performances that shine, blah, blah, blah. So it's an interesting theme. The theme's really interesting. There's 7 discs on the board, connected by a gear mechanism.
Ooh, another one. Wow. Love the gears.
Each disc has 6 dancers specialized in different tempos. So you have a gear mechanism in the center, and you're going to draft dancers, which are dice, from the floor and stuff like that. So this sounds really interesting. It's first of all, it's a great theme. I believe, it's got, I'm pretty sure these are Indian designers, so it's not,
cultural appropriation.
Exactly. So, it sounds really interesting. Arcane Wonders is putting it out. Games are 30 to 90 minutes, so in that mid area. 1 to 6 players, so it supports a lot of players.
Okay.
So
Very
that's pretty interesting. So, and then my other one, which I got to bring up. Oh, and it closed my spreadsheet. Look at that. This one looks really interesting. There was a Kickstarter for this, and we missed it, but we can late pledge if we want. But it's called Viking Route, and it's a cooperative game. See if I can remember this without looking, because my iPad's going to be trouble. And it's from Ares Games. It's a cooperative game. So first off, there's a lot of Viking games, but I can't think of very many that are cooperative.
Yeah.
So that's good. Interesting to me. So there's that. And then it's got a weird mechanism where you have your ship and you have to move your ship, but it's physical. Like the ship has weird things going on and you have to make it move. I don't remember how exactly, so I'm not describing it well, but our dogs are now crisscrossing.
They're just absolute
chaos.
Insane.
So, so that's, it totally just crisscrossed.
Just finish the process, okay?
Okay. So that's good. She's a little easier.
Grass is always greener.
She's a little easier to deal with. So, as long as she doesn't pee. So, but yeah, so this sounds really interesting. And as I said, there was a Kickstarter for it. So it's maybe worth checking out the Kickstarter to see more about it. But it had some interesting elements to it. You're kind of navigating your way around, Viking territories in Scandinavia, probably to Britain and stuff, and Denmark and stuff. So, so that's like that looked interesting. Now I do have some honorable mentions.
Okay.
One of which is another dancing game. I'm really intrigued by dancing games. I don't think there's enough of them.
Yeah.
This one's called Lion Dancers, and I think this is a type of Asian dance. And it sounds really interesting, and I believe it had, I want to say it had Asian designers, but don't quote me on that. And then, because I'm not looking right at it. Then the other quick honorable mention I had is in a box downstairs, and it's Distilled Cocktails.
Yes.
Which is just coming out. So it's not people knew this has been coming out for a while, but it's just coming out. Another one, which we also have, but we're very excited to play this holiday season, is Holiday Hills.
Yes.
That's being demoed at the Gen Con, but that's been demoed before, I think, so it's not a brand new thing. And then the last one I had was Horloge. So the Prague astronomical clock. So
there were a couple of expansions that I also wanted to mention. That I'm super excited about. The #1, of course, is Emerald Echoes. We love post-curious puzzle games.
I have a bunch to mention too.
Okay.
So I'm just mentioning it so you don't just go down your list and we can go back and forth or something.
Great. We'll start with the Emerald Echoes, which is most certainly on your list as well.
Yeah, it's a crossover. It's a crossover. It is a sequel to Emerald Flame, which was my favorite puzzle game ever.
Yep, same.
So
good. I am so excited about that.
Very excited about that.
Yep.
Another one we actually have on the table that's being demoed at Gen Con is Bunny Kingdom Town.
Yep.
It's also on BGA if you want to play it. It's a 2-player Bunny Kingdom. We love Bunny Kingdom. So, of course, Bunny Kingdom Town, we're interested. I just learned the rules. We'll see how it plays.
Yeah.
So, but it's got elements of Bunny Kingdom. They try to make it 2 players. I'm worried it's going to be a little too player on player, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah,
so
that's true.
We played it on BGA, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah,
so
that
I didn't read the rules.
Random Clicker Club.
Yeah.
I can't wait to learn how to play it. The next one on my list is Lost Ruins of Arnak, Surprise Shipment.
Yep. Crossover.
Yep, from CGE. We really enjoy the first Lost Ruins of Arnak. So this, I believe, is
the last expansion.
Okay, yeah.
This is the last expansion.
So I'm really excited to see what they bring.
As I understand it.
With the last expansion.
So.
Yeah, Lost Ruins of Arnak. I mean, what else can you say? We play it a ton.
We have one of the expansions. We haven't really played with the expansions though, and we need to do that. So. Next on my list is Buttons and Bugs Pub Crawlers. So this is a sequel to Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. So it's more scenarios and stuff and more characters and stuff for Buttons and Bugs. So I'm very excited for that. Solo Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
Mini solo Gloomhaven.
My next one is Forest Shuffle Smoky Mountains. Do we need another Forest Shuffle? Probably not. But I really want it. It is really pretty. It is gorgeous. It has an extra mechanism of a river. There's fish in it.
Plus, it's based on a place I've gone backpacking.
Yeah, right. Special, exactly.
So.
We've both been to the Smoky Mountains. So I'm really excited about this. I think there's an expansion to Dartmoor too, but this is the one I really am excited for. Is the Smoky Mountains.
I'm getting licked a lot. Next on my list, I have both Everdell Emerald and Everdell Journeys. We actually have these. We're very excited to play them. We're going to have to do an Everdell week or two where we play through all the Everdell material we have.
God, I can't wait.
I feel like the first couple of standalone things, Everdell things that came out did not interest me much. I think they were too similar. I don't know. These sounded thematically more unique and interesting, and so I'm very excited to try them.
Yeah, this one looks really good. I have an Everdell Emerald list. I didn't put the other one on here for some reason. Yeah, but this looks really, it really looks good. It's a standalone, not an expansion, but it still has a lot of the flavor, it looks like, of the first Everdell, with gorgeous art and lots of card play. I love the card play in Everdell, so I assume this is going to be somewhat similar. Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. So, what do you have next?
I have The Crew, Journey to the Ends of the Earth.
Yep. Saw that.
It's The Crew. But this looks like a different thing. You're not in space. You're not in the water. You're probably underground or in a cavern or something. I don't know. But we love The Crew.
We love The Crew. I'm not sure how much more crew I need was the only thing, caveat for me.
Fair.
That was my only caveat. My next on my list is the standalone game based in the Galactic Cruise Universe Excursions. So that looks interesting.
You know, I didn't add that for some reason, but I saw it and I had that. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, but I think I just got distracted and moved on. Frankie has just gone limp in my arm. See, he's like, you can't let go of me if I am just a complete noodle. Next I have, where is it? Forbidden Legacy, which from Rob Davio and Matt Leacock. I assume it is
exciting.
A legacy game similar to the
Forbidden. It's based on the Forbidden games,
the Forbidden games, which we love. I mean, love those. Those are fun. So, and we also love legacy games. So I'm very excited to see that. I've never met a legacy game I didn't want to play. I am most certain that we will be getting this.
Sort of a crossover because I mentioned, I'll mention it now. Mountain Goats Legacy.
I have that too.
And I put them sort of both on the same line item and I said Forbidden Legacy as well.
Yeah, that's the last one on my,
okay,
on my
I have more.
list. I'll let you go.
There's an expansion for Genotype coming out. I'm very excited about that. We have not played Genotype yet, but I'm excited about it. I really want to play it, and I really am, excited that there's expansions coming out. So, then Arnak we already mentioned. There is an expansion coming out for Mistborn, which the deck builder that we played from John DeClaire.
That's exciting.
Which is we really liked, but I would say it was a little light on content overall because it was just a base game, and so I think this is a welcome expansion. I think so.
Agree. I thought it was just, I don't know what I thought it was. I saw it, I looked at it, I thought it was just Mistborn,
yeah.
So yay.
Yeah. And I believe yeah. And then Ostia Mariner Edition, which is just like a new print of Ostia, which is good for all those people out there who maybe want to get it because it is a fantastic game. So
yeah.
So those are my mentions for expansions and stuff. I mean, there's tons of more. There's a Horrified Dungeons and Dragons, Cascadia Alpine Lakes. There's a Lords of Waterdeep reprint coming. The Ministry of Lost Things, Case 2, Phantom Inc., Three Sisters, whatever.
Yeah, so much. So much.
So, lots of good stuff.
Yeah, and I just want to thank you for your due diligence and really digging through the list. I did not dig through it as hard as you did. I just didn't have time. I thought you did.
You were on it for a while. So.
Nope.
Okay. You had good games on your list. So.
Yeah, no, it's great. And then I was like, okay, that's enough. I'm done. I've got more to do. I can't do any more of this. So...
you do have a job and everything.
Yeah, so. But I appreciate the depth that you went to.
I just have to fight through fatigue. So, all right. Sorry for the chaotic video.
Our dog has resting sad face.
He does. He always looks sad. We don't think he's actually sad. I hope not.
But look at him. He just looks so forlorn.
We like you so much, Frankie. I hope you're happy. The other dog, meanwhile, will whack you in the face with her tail. She shows how happy she is so easily.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, thank you for joining us for this circus. And we look forward to hearing your response to these games. If you're going, take a look at some of them or let us know what you're excited about for Gen Con or new releases that are coming up. Can't wait to hear.
Remember,
every day that you game
is a holiday. Bye, everyone.
Bye.